Namaskar Om. So we have seen that we have to practice forbearance or tolerance in the 15th shloka and the 14th shloka. And we have seen the reason because one who is aiming for liberation should practice tolerance or forbearance or tidiksha. And now in the 16th shloka, Krishna is giving another example why you should practice tolerance or tidiksha. Because these things are unreal. We have seen that this pleasure, sorrow, heat, cold, they are fleeting, they are come and go. Hence, we should practice forbearance. And now Krishna says that they are unreal. They are in reality, they are not there. That's also the reason for practicing tolerance. So we'll first read the shloka and then we'll go to the Shankara Bhashya. Nasato vidyate bhavo, na bhavo vidyate satah, ubhayorapi drishtvanda stvanayo tattvadarshibhihi. Na asato vidyate bhavaha. Asat means those things which are non-existent. They will not have the feeling of existence, bhava. They are never born also. Na bhavo vidyate sata. And for the existent thing, it will never become non-existent. And the difference is seen by those who have known the truth or realized, or those people who have wisdom. So we'll see the Shankara Bhashya. Na asataha avidyamanasya shitoshnade sakaranasya na vidyade nasti bhavo bhavanam astita. Saying that the heat, cold, sorrow, pleasure, etc., they along with their cause is non-existent. And they don't have any kind of existence at any stage. And Shankara is coming out with some the explanation for that. That is a little bit tough. Means that is logic. So only those people who closely follow this logic will understand. So Krishna is saying the logic that na asato vidyate bhava. And those things which are non-existent in real term will never become existent at any stage. And an existent thing can never become non-existent. That is the contention of Lord Krishna. And Shankara is explaining it with some logic. And those people who can follow the logic, they will understand. Nahi sitoshnadi sakaranam pramanai nirupyamanam vastu sadbhavati. So if you analyze this heat cold along with its cause, in true sense, we will see that they are non-existent. Because in truth, only Brahman is existent. And the world is non-existent. Hence, the effects which are born out of the world, that is heat, cold, pleasure, sorrow, etc., they are also non-existent. Vikaro hi saha vikara cha vyabhijarati. They are all vikaraha. Vikaraha means effects, those having transformations or modifications. So these things which are having modifications or transformations, they are not real things. Hence they are non-existent. Yatha kadhadi samsthanam chakshusha nirupyamanam mrid vyadiregena anupalabde asat. So when we analyze the pot, which is made up of earth, earthen pot, that the earthen pot has no existence apart from the earth or sand which is making it, which is a substance which is making it. So the earthen pot has no existence apart from earth or sand when we analyze it. Tatha sarvo vikaraha karana vyadiregena anulabde asan. So all modifications or transformations what we see in the world, when we consider the cause, the Brahman, all these modifications or transformations are non-existence or asat. So in the Upanishad we have seen vikaro namadheha, vacharambanam vikaro namadheya, mrityagaityeva satyam. So all these transformations or modifications, they are just born out of the senses and sense objects. They are not real. Janma pradvamsabhyam prakurdhvam cha anupalabde karyasya kadade mridadi karanasya cha. So when we analyze the pot was non-existent before its production. We call it pradvamsa bhava. Before the production of the pot was non-existent. So it does not have existence in the three period of time, past, present and future. So that pot is in that term, that pot is a non-existent thing, because before the production of the pot, that pot was not existent. With the same logic, we can see that the earth and the other 5 elements, earth, water, fire, air, space, all these 5 elements, they are modifications or transformations, and they don't have any existence apart from their cause or Brahman. And we can say the praga bhava, that is before its existence, before the production of it, it was non-existent. Hence, they were not present in the 3 periods of time. Hence, these 5 elements, that's including earth, it is asat or non-existent. Tada sattve sarvabhava prasanga iti chet. So the opponent is objecting that if you talk like this, that we can understand, we can accept the fact of pot, that the pot was non-existent before its production. But now you are saying that considering all the 5 elements, including earth, all these things are non-existent, then sarvabhava prasangaha, will it not amount to everything is non-existent? Just like the nihilistic view of Buddhas, everything is non-existent. Are you saying like that? This is the question of the opponent. And answers, na sarvatra buddhiddayo balabde sadbuddhi asadbuddhi iti. Now Shankara is using the logic. He says that for everything perceived by our intellect, there are two components, Sat Buddhi or Asat Buddhi. The existent part of the intelligence and the non-existent part of the intelligence. We can say Sat Vritti and Asat Vritti. For every experience born out of our intelligence, this we can see the Sat part and the Asat part, the existent part and the non-existent part. That is what the contention of Shankara. Yat Vishaya Buddhi na Vyabhijaradi tat Sat. Yat Vishaya Vyabhijaradi tat Asat. So what is the criteria to say that the intelligence is having two parts, the existent part and non-existent part? Shankara says that intelligence which is not transformed or navyabhijarati, that is called Sat Vritti or Sat Buddhi or existent intelligence. And that intelligence which transforms or modifies is called Asat Buddhi or non-existent intelligence. So Shankara is dividing this intelligence into two components, that is existent intelligence and non-existent intelligence. Idi sadasat vibhage buddhitandre sthite sarvatra deviddhi sarvai upalabhyade samanadhikarane. So he says that when you take one thing means a substratum for a thing on which something is attributed. So when you take a samanadhikarana, a common substratum, you can say for everything there will be, the buddhi will be of two types. The Sat Buddhi or existent intelligence and Asat Buddhi or non-existent intelligence. Na Nilotpalavat san khada, san pada, san hasti, idi evam sarvatra. Shankara says it is not like the example of blue lotus. Blue lotus means that these are two components. One is blue part and one is lotus part. And it is a blue lotus. When we say that there is a component of blueness for that lotus and a component of lotus part. And these two parts are joined together and we say it's blue lotus. And what we say here, it is not like that. It is something different. He is telling the example, San Khadaha, pot is there. San Padaha, cloth is there. San Hasti, elephant is there. Iti evam sarvatra. Like that you have to see everywhere. So he is taking the example of San Khadaha. Pot is there. Cloth is there. Elephant is there. So he wants to say that there are two types of intelligence, Sat Buddhi or Asat Buddhi, in a phrase called pot is there. The pot is there sentence is having two kinds of intelligence. The pot part and is there. Pot is there. So pot, the sentence pot is there is a combination of pot and is there. That is the combination of that two parts, Sat Buddhi or Asat Buddhi. And Shankara wants to explain that the pot part is the non-existent component or Asat Buddhi, and is there is the existent part or asad buddhi. So we'll go into that in the next class.